You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Ruth Paine, a woman whose life was forever connected to one of the most shocking moments in American history, has died at the age of 92. Her passing was confirmed by her family, who said she died at a senior living facility in Santa Rosa, California. Ruth Paine was a young mother living in Irving, Texas, in the early 1960s when she opened her home to Marina Oswald, the Russian-born wife of Lee Harvey Oswald, and their 2 children. The arrangement was intended as an act of kindness. Ruth, who was studying Russian, saw it as a way to both help a struggling family and practice the language she had been working to master. At the time, she had no way of knowing how deeply this decision would tie her name to history. In the fall of 1963, Oswald would stay with his wife at Ruth's home on weekends. On the night before November 22nd, he unexpectedly came by midweek, leaving behind his wedding ring and some money the following morning. From Ruth's garage, he retrieved a rifle he had secretly stored there. Ruth had no knowledge of the weapon. Later that day, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated as his motorcade passed through Dealey Plaza in Dallas. Shots were fired from the Texas School Book Depository, where Oswald worked. He was soon arrested, and his connection to Ruth's home became an unavoidable detail in the investigation. Ruth Paine was questioned extensively, and ultimately became one of the most important witnesses for the Warren Commission. She gave more testimony than any other witness, answering questions about her role, her knowledge of the Oswalds, and the events leading up to that fateful day. Despite conspiracy theories that sought to implicate her in some way, she maintained her composure, and her story never changed. She had only wanted to help, and she never suspected what Oswald was planning. Over the years, Ruth continued to speak openly about her experience. She believed firmly that Lee Harvey Oswald had acted alone. Historians and writers often turned to her, and she participated in books, documentaries, and events at places like the Sixth Floor Museum in Dallas. Thomas Mallon, who wrote Mrs. Paine's Garage, described her as a woman of honesty and quiet strength, who endured accusations with patience and dignity. Beyond the shadow of 1963, Ruth lived a full and purposeful life. She worked as a principal, earned her master's degree, and later served as a school psychologist in Florida. She remained active in her Quaker faith, and eventually retired in California. Her former home in Irving was purchased by the city and restored as the Ruth Paine House Museum, allowing visitors to step back into the world of that pivotal moment in history. Ruth Paine never sought the spotlight, but history placed her at its center. She lived by principle, choosing to face questions rather than hide from them, and in doing so, she became not just a witness to history, but a reminder of how ordinary people can be caught up in extraordinary events. Stay subscribed for more videos.